Good morning, everyone. Today we have a Global Traders Almanac report, April 10, where we highlight Hong Kong and US stock technical idea, purely from technical perspective. So we have 2 Hong Kong stock and 4 US stock. So let's take we highlight for Hong Kong, we highlight MGM China and Qiyi Technology, stock code 1024 and 2282. Meanwhile, for US stock, we highlight Align Technology, Alibaba Group Holding, Intuit, and Ziotis Incorporated. So all 6 trading idea from technical perspective. So let's take a look at the chart for each of the respective stock. First one, MGM China Holding, technical reading was quite positive. The stock, if you take a look, the recent so-called the downtrend channel has been ongoing since 11 January, which actually has ended after a solid breakout move last week. So on the 3rd April, the stock actually has break above the downtrend channel, kick-starting a new upcycle. Despite some setback for the past 2 days, we think the pullback was quite minimal, with the downside could be kept within at immediate support seen at 9.7 and 9.3 Hong Kong dollar. So once the consolidation end or once the profit taking end, we expect the upcycle to continue, with the next technical target is actually pegged at 11 and 12.5 Hong Kong dollar. If you see the overall momentum, solid RSI breakout above the long-term average line, higher trading volume, and MACD also just crossed above the zero level, so indicating that overall trend is pretty much on the upside. So that the first one. The second will be Qiyi Technology. The pattern is similar, also a breakout from the downtrend channel, but in this case the stock has completed so-called its return move. Notice the breakout move was followed by some sort of pullback, and the pullback has returned the stock price toward the original, the downtrend channel, which now acting as a support level. The downside likely to be limited within at 61 point Fibonacci over here, as we highlight our immediate support at between 50 to 54 Hong Kong dollar. So we expect the selling pressure has eased, buying interest start to emerge again. Momentum overall still looking quite positive. MACD also approaching the positive territory, so we expect what we call a continuation of the recent recovery to put stock back toward the immediate resistance at 62 and 69.2 Hong Kong dollar. For US market, we have Align Technology. The one of the reason why we highlight, because the stock so-called massive consolidation within the triangle pattern post earning, what we call that result, has seen the stock has been building a quite strong baseline, particularly within at 20 and 50-day moving average. So this consolidation within the triangle pattern about to end. As you see, the trading volume start picking up for the past week. Momentum also start to turn much more positive, and we expect a breakout above the triangle neckline soon. So a breakout above 340 could lift the stock toward the next target at 350 and 400 US dollar. Meanwhile, support will actually within at 297 and 305 US dollar. Then we have Alibaba Group, which is the one that listed in NYSE. So one of the reasons why we highlight, because the stock gap up recently on the 28th March has actually set up a new bullish tone, and the subsequent new high low structure was formed above the 200-day moving average, telling you that the structure has turned much more positive. Momentum, you can see here the new high low structure on RSI backed by positive reading and MACD, signal the ongoing what we call that improvement in terms of the overall trend bias. So a new 1, 2, 3 pattern has been formed last week, so we expect a pickup in the overall momentum could actually lift the stock higher, with the next technical target actually pegged at 110 and 122 US dollar, while the support should be between 94 to 97 US dollar. Then we have INTU. The pattern is quite interesting, because what we've seen is actually a massive so-called cup and handle pattern was formed over the past few months, particularly since August last year. So this some sort of the bullish reversal signal require a solid breakout move, particularly above the pattern neckline, which actually sit within at 457 US dollar. But regardless, if you're looking at the recent price action, momentum is actually improving. Take a look on the how RSI is actually trading above the average line, and trading volume also improving along with the positive reading in MACD could actually signal that the breakout above the pattern neckline is actually upcoming. As we seen here, we expect further upward move, so we put our technical target at $472 and 5057 $505, while the support should be between 432 and 417 US dollar. Last but not least will be Chartist, also similar pattern with a line earlier, the consolidation within the so-called triangle pattern, but in this case for this stock, it actually has staged a breakout already, and the breakout was pretty much what we call that a decent, given the stock continue to trade above the 20, 50, 100 and 200 days moving average. Momentum actually has improved. Do note how the RSI consolidate within below the long-term average line, suddenly burst out above the 50 point, and of course is average line, indicating that momentum has started to turn much more positive. MACD also start to trade in the positive territory, so we expect the stock to trade higher, with the technical target is actually pegged at 176.5 and 190 US dollar, while the support should be between 159.5 and 162.5.
Do 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 do.